Alright, it's young MI from the west side. We're here with MTL RapInter. We're going international.
A little that, a little this, a little kid. Shot and wouldn't miss. Trust you gotta listen in. You have to witness the sickness, then inform the business that he's coming with clips. Ain't followed by bitches, just swallowed by this bliss. Was hollow, then filled it, not bothered by millions.
So what's up, man?
How you been, bro?
Alright. Last time we saw you was at our launch event.
Yeah, bro, that was a nice
Thanks for
vibe.
coming, by the way. Thanks for
Bro,
coming.
of course. You know what? I'm trying to. Honestly, it was the first event I've been to, of local rap shows. I've been slacking so much on it, and I've never had nobody go with. I managed to convince my boys to come. We had a good fucking time.
Alright, cool.
We had a good time.
Maybe you'll be rapping in the next one.
Of course. We'll talk. Well, you know that. You know that. I'm from the West Island. Grew up my whole life in the West Island, so I don't know no fucking French and stuff. The only time I'd really see French is when I went to my grandma's house in Laval. So I grew up in the West Island, but I was in Laval a fuck ton because my family worked. It's cool if I swear, we're good. Alright, so my parents worked, both of them. So when we chilled at our grandma's house a lot, we went to a daycare around the corner from there. It was our spot. And my grandma had these CDs, and she had 10 channels. And one of them was a music video channel. So I'd always watch the music video channel, and when nothing was on there that was good, we'd listen to the CDs. She had an 80s best hits of the 80s or some shit, and there was a double Dutch bus. I don't even know by fucking who, but it's the double Dutch bus coming down the street. Na, you better move your feet. It's there, bro. It's a whole story just about this guy trying to get to a double Dutch competition, but it's a vibe.
Double Dutch bus coming down the street, moving dirty, that's so kind of shuffle low beach. Get on the bus.
And so that was the first time I really got into storytelling. And then I have an older brother, so of course he's a bad influence, and he started showing me real rap music, like Eminem. My parents told me, don't listen to no Eminem. Me, I'm there with cleaning out my closet, just fucking, yeah. I'm from the burbs. But that's why all these white ass kids from the burbs, they love acting, because they just want to feel like they're part of it. And I fucked with it so much, but Eminem was the best for me because it was about storytelling. Every single story, he played with words to extents I didn't know. You know what I mean? Just the way he would talk and speak. You're how are you getting out such a fluent story, but you're just rapping the entire time? You're rhyming. This is the craziest shit. And I'd study that shit, and I'd read the lyrics backwards, know every song. From when I was mad young, and even to this day, I know so many rap songs through and through. So when I was 11 years old, I want to say, I got I had chapters, and I get this little dragon notebook. I love medieval shit, fucking wizards and shit. That's my shit, bro. Dragons are the coolest animal. If that shit was real, I'd have 6 dragons. Bet. But so I got this book with a dragon on it, and I started writing these raps. And my first rap, okay, it's called Fat. I'm still fat, but it was called Fat, and it was just about how I'd get made fun of for being fat and stuff. And I wrote the whole shit, and it's garbage. I still have it at home. It's the worst thing ever.
So first rap song, Fat, at 11 years old. I know you're 21.
Yeah.
So you've been rapping for 10 years.
10 years. So I was writing in the notebook for 3-4 years. I write these little love songs for these girls I had crushes on, and then I started remixing because I realized I didn't have a beat at first. All right, so I was just going off the top. It was pretty much just poetry, really bad poetry. But so then I started remixing songs, and but my versions of remixes would literally, I would take the words and just change the words. I keep the exact same flow, but I take the words. And I remember doing this. There's this not blunt blowing, this fucking song by Kid Ink, where he says he's smoking a blunt like it's a flare or some shit. Craziest song back then.
Now I get it for the low, so you know I got 1.5 for the blunt. Go ahead and pass me a switch. Smoke about a pound in a month.
Shit like that. And I write all my own words, but I have the exact same flow. And I remix mad songs like that, just to learn how to flow. Then I started doing, just remixes. I never had beats, so I just started doing remixes. And at first I did this fucking, fuck hoes, get money, all this shit, but it was just, everyone's gotta go through that because it's the easiest shit. You know what I mean? It's what you hear from the other rap songs, so it's easy. And then I learned more and more flows. And the first real song I wrote, the first real, about me, about what I was going through, I was 15, and it was a remix of Lighters by Eminem and Bruno Mars. And I was working on a bunch of remixes at that time and shit. And I wrote that while I was on detention. I still remember the shit. It was like on a loose leaf paper, all that corny shit. Like I had it on YouTube in my earphones. And then a couple weeks later, it worked out that my brother's boy, Chris Kafuri, Chris Chronic, you know, but he brought me to a studio in the West Island. Like one of his boys had a studio, David Hodges had a studio in his basement, and we would fucking record there. And it was like 20, 30 bucks or something for an hour. I don't care, you know what I mean? Like I got an allowance back then, you know, I'm from the burbs. I'm the boy from the burbs, bro. It was nice back then. It was just playing. So my parents, you know, they were like, fuck it, it's a hobby. Have fun. Here's 30 bucks, go for an hour.
So yeah, they were saying it's a hobby, but how did they cope with all the fuck hoes and get money?
But that's the thing is at first they didn't really listen to it, and because I wouldn't let it at that point. But Lighters was the first real song. When I wrote Lighters, after that I never went back to writing about fuck hoes. I literally stayed on that path. Okay, so how my name became MiQ. I'm fucking in science class, and I'm chilling, and I'm so concentrated. I don't know what the fuck, but I was so concentrated. And my science teacher gives my paper to my boy Rabbi, and I'm like, yo, can you write my name for me? Like, do the date and stuff. Like, I just gotta finish this. He's like, okay, Mike, but with a Q because you're elegant. And he wrote it with the capital Q, because the little Q looks like a little bitch, but the capital Q looks nice. So, and I was like, fuck. And at that time, I was thinking of a name. I thought I was going to call myself Remix or something, because I would always do remixes. And MiQ. And I was like, it's Mike. It's just Mike with a Q. And so then...
Because you're elegant.
Exactly, because I'm elegant. Because I'm a storyteller. I'm a poet. I'm not just, you know... I've always loved flows. Like, that's why when I found Kendrick, the first song I found by Kendrick was Rigor Mortis. Rigor Mortis and It's Gorgeous When You Die.
I recorded and I'm Morpheus, the matrix in my mind. I'm out the orbit, you an orphan and a hairdresser combined. I'm on the toilet when I rhyme. If you the shit, then I decline.
I found that song, I was like, oh, okay. I read along to it, went through his whole discography. Like the Section 80, fucking some of the mixtapes. Like, he remixed the entire Carter 3, just for the fuck of it. Called it C4. And Lil Wayne co-signed it. Lil Wayne's on the intro to the tape. It's the funniest shit. Like, he's that good, you know what I mean? Like, even now, like, within the last 2 years, I've started to branch out. And, like, I used to be a hater. I used to be a hard hater. Like I'd hear Lil Pump, like, that's garbage, designer, or I can't understand him, fuck that guy. Like, I love designer now. Well, I mean, he's fallen off, but I love him. Lil Pump, I don't like his music, but he's a great character. And it's a vibe at a club. That's what they do. They make fun music. I hated Lil Yachty until I heard him go, I'm not a rapper. And even Lil Uzi, he's like, I'm not a rapper, I'm a rock star. I'm like, thank you. Cool, we're good. Like, everyone calls them rappers because they don't have a genre for the music yet. It's become the pop of rap. Because pop is popular culture. They are the popular culture. They are the pop of rap. Pop music has always just been dumbed down, repetitive lyrics, fucking anything. It's more just about how it sounds rather than what you're saying. That's always been the case with popular music. Popular rock songs, popular sing songs, popular fucking R&B songs has always done that. They are the pop of rap. No one knows what to call them. They call them rappers. They're not rappers. If they know they're not rappers, we got no beef. But if you are a rapper, this is an art. You know what I mean? You have to know what you're in it for. You have to know what you're representing. If you're in it as a joke, like Tekashi, like, be upfront about it.
He is upfront about
exactly.
it.
I saw it. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He said, I don't give a fuck. It's just I'm having fun. Cool, you're having fun. I respect you. You got out of the whatever situation that you were in. You got out of it. You got your family right. You got your boys with you. Good. I have respect for you. I don't fuck with your music. I don't ever want to consider you in the top rappers. I'll consider you the most popular rapper at the time. I will never consider you a rapper lyricist. Lyricist is Kendrick, Eminem, Isaiah Rashad, Logic. Isaiah Rashad is a crazy vibe. Do you know Isaiah Rashad? You have to, bro. Isaiah, bro, that boy.
If I can pay my bills, I'm good. I'm coming over. Found a message in my brother. Your son is coming up. By the bill, by ill, by boo. Well, you already saying you ain't nothing but a baby. Your fear is growing up.
He is so underrated. It disgusts me. Like, I don't know why he's not on the Champion Tour. It breaks my heart. When was it? I think I was 17. I got Because my dad always supported me, like, for real. Like, my pops, I got nothing for love with that man and so much respect because he built up his own business. He had to grind from the start, bro, sell watermelons to help pay the rent. This man is the utmost of G's. He fucking started his own car company. Shout out United Auto. But he started his own car company and it's successful, and so I've never had to struggle or worry about money, and I'm so grateful to him for that. And he's done nothing but support me. Like, he would pay for the recording when I was 15, 16, and like, he had this opportunity. He knew some guy who knew some producers in Toronto, and we were gonna work together and make an album. And so I kind of left CJEP. I dropped out of CJEP, and I went to go make this album in Toronto. Like, the guy who was, we'll just call him Steve. Steve was kind of a fuckhead, but he connected me with these two producers who worked really well. So me and the producers were working. Steve had side motivations. Me and the producers made a fucking nice album, and it's still gonna come out at some point. And Moving It is actually the very first song that I've released from that album. Moving It and the songs from that album were recorded 2 years ago. That's like way back when. But like, it's fucking good, you know what I mean? It's got a vibe that my other songs don't. Some songs are good for radio. It's music that attains to everybody. And more and more I've just been going into this space where I just want to make music for everybody. I want to have a vibe for everybody. So I went to Toronto, and that's when I really started thinking, okay, this is gonna be my career. This is what I'm doing. We're making this album. We're gonna find some big label. It's gonna be good. Shit didn't work out. Steve was a fuckhead, and he fucked a lot of stuff up. So we had this album, and shit was literally like, we only got it solved about 5 months ago. This is 2 years ago. We took about a year to record the whole album, and then just a year and a half of complications. And now it's solved. Now I got everything. I got the songs, you know what I mean? Now we're just developing the proper way to release those. When I came back from Toronto, and when I realized that chance of having a big label sign me, it wasn't available anymore, I was like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I dropped out of CJEP, you know what I mean? I started working at my dad's place because I would work whenever I was in town and then just go away to Toronto for a month or 2 weeks. And when I got back, I started working at my dad's place. And I've been working at my dad's place since. I got accepted into university, but I'm gonna go probably next semester or some shit, do a course. I've always wanted to learn business so I know how to run some shit. One day I want to run like a recording studio, you know what I mean? I really want to be in that. But even more and more each day, like, it's been maybe a year now that I've just been working at my dad's place, back from Toronto, working on my own shit. I don't let him pay for nothing no more. I buy my own beats. I pay for recording, pay for the fucking artworks. I've realized how much it really is to do all this, and that's why I have even more respect for him, that he supported me for so long. And I'm dead, like, I'll put this on both of my grandfather's graves, because both of them passed before I was alive, but I'll put on both their graves. My first $1 million is going to my parents. I'm paying it back, bro. Paying it back tenfold if I can. Like, they live good. It's not like they're struggling, but I will make them live even better.
Like a lightsaber, and shit, they might rate it or might hate it, but Mike made it, so Mike made it. Alright, this my life, baby. Who the fuck are you, homie? Probably just a kid, yeah. What the fuck are you doing? I've been with the shits, yeah. Where the fuck are you going? Wherever I can. When you coming back, don't know if I am. Who the fuck are you, homie? Probably just a kid, yeah. What the fuck are you doing? I've been with the shits, yeah. Where the fuck are you